Perhaps the most difficult set of 3 months in a long time, the first quarter of 2022, has been all sort of pinching for the average Ghanaian. From promises of job creation, tax cuts, booming crop production made by government ahead of the 2020 polls, the new year has rudely awoken many people to the reality of inevitable austerity, whether by virtue of external factors like COVID-19 and the Russian crisis or Russian-Ukraine war, or plain mismanagement of the economy. The average Ghanaian tonight is carrying the cross. From Parliament, where President Akufo-Addo delivered the State of the Nation address, Manuel Cranton has been in town listening to the people's State of the Nation and our reports.
This is Aboseo Kai, Ghana's biggest spare parts dealership hub. Millions of dollars are traded in automobile parts here every year. Lately, the business is taking a hit. The dealers are not happy. Now, instead of selling, many of them spend a great deal of time brooding over the situation. This sentiment resonates with a lot more of the dealers at Aboseo Kai. Eric sells air-conditioned motors here.
Like before, like at least a day I feel sell like 3 or 4. But for now, maybe the whole week I go feel sell like 1. If I'm lucky, I sell like 2. So if like I did a shopping side, maybe Charlie, I go there. So I for come the road top, come or small see, I go get something.
It's Monday afternoon, but the streets are virtually empty, not crawling with vehicles as they normally did in the past. To make sales, Eric has left his shop some 200 meters away to court clients by the roadside.
Myself, like I did my shop, but as nobody they come, I for come the roadside, come horses here, I go get some chop money, go house because kid the house. That's why we did the road top. Like by now you no go see me for you. Like I did my shop, customers go call me.
As he explains, the depreciating city coupled with high import duties is shooting their prices through the roof. What are the results? Eric explains.
I go, then the burger go talk say no, duty go high, things go high for there. So what's like they take surprise give us 300, you know. You go there and you go talk say no, the price change 350 when you are lucky at 350. When somebody go feel also surprise give you 400. So if the person come, you know, maybe you do in budget say this thing I they buy am 300 or 400, but you go come, you go tell them say 500. You go, you know, go come again.
And that is Eric's State of the Nation. Just a few hundred meters across the street from Aboseo Kai is a grand Kaneshie market complex. It is one of the biggest market centers in Accra. The story is no different here.
My name is Nadu. I'm selling the tomatoes in the Kaneshie market. My business is not good for me.
Nadu has been selling here for the past 20 years. But she explains this year is uniquely different.
First, when you were a bellet no first, Coco, I ain't been okay. Well, I woke up, I know, I can't know. Go back, check it home. Papa, no, you what way. Many I will 10. I know 8 million. No much no down. She be an a car, I can pull and chair. Go out, okay, but I any. Go petrol, go take a petrol again. I can't no. Go I am more. First again, I'm more lolly a bar. Lolly moving 120. Look on what 100. I buy 100 million. Look on 80 million. Biana, 200 million. I'm more lolly come. The 200 million. Next time, go fair, but I'm one. Come. Nico, or Jame, about pay board a ska. If you know about what pay board, I buy a bushka. The fair flat when
the state of her business is what occupies her mind as she listens to the president's address. From the busy streets of Kaneshie, I have come to the serene Legon campus of the University of Ghana. Even here, the serenity of the landscape is not telling on the mood of students and lecturers. I meet Dr. Samuel Nkumban. He's the president of the local chapter of the University Teachers Association of Ghana. For 6 straight weeks, Dr. Nkumban and his colleagues boycotted the lecture halls in demand of better conditions of service. They are back to the classroom, albeit reluctantly.
I'm not sure anybody is sufficiently happy with the conditions in which we work as members of UTAG. Given particularly so that our workload has increased over the years, that when the regulatory responsibility on me as somebody who teaches in humanities is supposed to be 75 students per class, and I'm supposed to teach maximum 3 classes, which would imply that 75 times 3. And I have a class that already subsumes over 1,000% of that. And yet I don't get any extra for doing that extra job. And so if lecturers are asking and calling for improved conditions of service, nobody since our engagement has said it was out of place.
Even as that struggle continues, there's more trouble looming.
Government has made those pronouncements before in seeking to win, especially the larger University of Ghana, KNUST and UCC off subvention. Frankly, I'm not confident in the system because of the experiences of having made promises of what has to be done, what I want to do, and not doing them. And even without coming back to say that for ABC reasons, I'm not able to do what I said I was going to do. The student loan scheme, of course, is a huge thing, and it will be the best way with which we could possibly support the needy students of this country. There are students here who would not have to rely on loan scheme. But if the universities have to get the money from the loan trusts on behalf of students to be able to function, and if that delays, then you put the universities on the wrong foot, because what they are supposed to deliver to students in terms of responsibility would be curtailed. And so that is why I'm saying that there's the need for a comprehensive and a holistic conversation to ensure that this does not go the free SHS way.
Dr. Nkumban is not happy. But beyond his discontent about this new government directive, the average university student is worse for it. Ellie is one of them.
And now we are learning that government is trying to take off university, public tertiary institutions off its payroll. For us, it's a disaster and it's no good news because management will push the cost to us. And you know, even with the current status quo, we are not able to pay our fees. How much more increase the school fees? We don't know what next academic year holds for us. So for us, there are many other students who are in the same shoe.
But this is only a secondary problem for the students. Already, the COVID-19 pandemic coupled with a strike by their lecturers has got them raffled, struggling to catch up on lessons. Ellie says being a university student in these times is really frustrating.
For all this time, being on campus has been, I would say, stressful, and at the same time, it poses more burden on yourself. For me, for instance, daily I may have to learn on my own, try to conduct some personal studies without course outline, because you don't know what to do and what not to do, so you may end up learning things that you don't need to learn. And now that we are back to school, we are trying to find our way out, trying to pose more questions to lecturers and to be able to get answers to those things that we are learning without any notification or without any guidance. Yeah. It's been a burden, and students all this while we've been trying to cope.
And all of this is happening within the walls of the University of Ghana. Outside of these walls, and indeed outside the walls of many universities across the country, it is even harder to get it together. Peaches completed Ghana Institute of Journalism and is part of the over 450,000 first-time job seekers who are currently unemployed. She has seen hardship which is not getting any better this year.
and from there I've been looking for job. I've written applications, I've sent emails to companies that were opened for vacancies and job slots and all of that, and up to now I haven't really gotten feedbacks as to if I'm going to get a job or not. Right now I help my mom at her shop, so I'm at their mercy. So for things as little as food, cosmetics, airtime, money to buy shoes or slippers, I'm still at the mercy of my parents. Now the cost of transportation is another matter we are looking at, because the fares are going up each and every day. The drivers will tell us because of the fuel prices, the increase in fuel prices, they also have to increase their fares. And it's difficult because these places we even apply to, now because of the high cost of transportation, going to these places is difficult for me, because going in and going out, I need to have like 30 cities on me to go to where I want to go.
She's right about the cost of transportation. Fares have been on the ascendancy in direct correlation with fuel prices. In the first quarter of 2022 alone, prices of diesel and petrol have increased by 57% and 45% respectively. Operators of public transport insist the increment in transport fares is just a fraction of what is actually supposed to be. Abbas Imoro speaks for the GPRTU.
We were thinking he will speak to the reduction of fuel, and if that hasn't happened, what else do you expect us to do? 15 pesos is nothing to come out with. What is your description of our business has dropped, the activities surrounding it, and the energy we used to work with has dropped, I must confess. But until recently, we were trying to revive it. You know, people are having understanding that yes, in the driving industry you can still make it. Then the fuel prices also steps in and start disturbing. So currently it's not all that rosy.
Will there be more increment in transport fares?
We are going to come out with an upward adjustment in lorry fares. We are thinking around 15%. Considering we came out with a press release on 21st of February 2022, and we increased the lorry fares on 26th February 2022. Lo and behold, within this shortest possible time, the fuel has been increased over 20% upwards, getting closer to 30 or around 30%. So you can imagine it, and without fuel, no driver can work.
And that is your cue on what the state of the nation is or will continue to be for a while in Ghana. President Akufo-Addo has admitted that the current economic situation in the country is hard. He has accordingly ordered a series of expenditure cuts, including an up to 30% pay cut for government appointees. Will this be enough to change the stories of Eric, the spare parts dealer, Nadu, the tomato seller, Abbas Imoro, the transport operator, Ellie, the student, Dr. Nkumban, the university lecturer, or Beatrice, the unemployed graduate? For Joy News, my name is Manuel Crunting, reporting on your State of the Nation.